What is up, my movie fanatics? I feel like being lazy today. I'm off today. I have a stack. Guys, I just want to know really quick. I have a stack of like I need to watch, like literally in my collection. These are my need to watch movies, and I must like watch like one a month. And I don't know why, because I'm nuts, and I never get around to actually watching the stuff that I want to watch. Who else does that? Give me a thumbs up or say I do the same thing. I buy, never watch. Hashtag always buy, never watch. Yeah, I'm starting it. Really quick, guys, I will be doing a complete collection for you guys. I have never done a complete collection video. I'm really excited, actually. You guys voted on my...
Who the fuck you think you talking to?
Subscriber thing, and you guys, a lot of you, I was shocked to see that you guys really want to see a collection video. So, hey, you guys want to see it, I'll give it to you. I'm going to be filming it pretty soon. Try to keep it as short as possible. I do have a lot of stuff that I want to show off, so you guys look forward to that. So what am I watching today? Well, there's two movies that I've been wanting to watch for a while, and since I'm off and Jess isn't home, I know these are two movies that she would never want to watch, so I can get away with that. Guys, when you're in a relationship and you watch a movie that your woman wants to watch, it's the worst thing ever because I would never hear the end of it. So two things I'm watching. First up, I'm going to be watching Psycho 2. My man Blu-ray Outlaw hooked me up with this, and everybody went goo-goo over it when they said, oh, Psycho 2 is a great film. I can't believe I've never seen it. Apparently it takes place 22 years later after the whole Norman Bates thing. He returns home. Yeah, 22 years later, Norman Bates is coming home. Really excited to check that out. So the next thing I'll be watching is for my man Leroy Green 85. Shout out to you, brother, is The Last Dragon. We all know how much this movie means to you. Finally bought it. I'm so good at opening my stuff because I haven't opened this yet. I'm actually really excited to check this out. And if I have time today, I like to watch 3 movies when I do the mini movie marathons. So I don't know what I'm going to watch yet. I'm still kind of debating on that, and we will wait and see how that whole thing pans out. But so guys, Psycho 2 is up first. Once I'm about halfway through, I'll give you my update. You know, the usual thing that I do for these movie nights / mini movie marathons. So I will see you guys in a little bit.
I have a petition here signed by 743 people against Norman Bates' release.
Madam, please sit down. This matter is being represented by the district attorney.
Norman was not convicted of murder. He was found not guilty by reason of insanity.
Don't you realize they're going to release a homicidal maniac?
I ask you to sit down, Mrs. Loomis.
It's all too obvious. Our courts protect the criminals, not their victims.
Okay, we're about halfway through Psycho 2. First impressions, blown away. Of course, Anthony Perkins. I loved him in Psycho. But to see him come back a little older, you know, more established in his career, I would say he is just fantastic in this movie. He's been released out of the psych ward, and he's getting taunted by his mother. And it's like he's seeing notes, he's getting these mysterious phone calls, he's seeing people in the house, like the windows are opening. It's kind of freaky, and you're like, okay, so what's going on with Norman? What's really happening inside Norman's head? And that's what makes it really interesting. But first impression so far, I don't want to say it's a slow burn because it's really not. I mean, it's a slow burn, but it's a good slow burn. Like, they're developing the story. They're making you think about Norman. You know, he meets a girl. It's really good so far. So once the movie finishes, I will give you my final thoughts and give you my rating.
A few moments later. Okay,
Psycho 2 is finished. You know, I'm honestly shocked with this movie. I didn't really know what to expect. As I said before, I like how it just goes right off of the original Psycho. I'm not really keen on sequels just because of the sole fact when you have an iconic movie like Psycho or, you know, something else that's done really good, and then a few years later, even 10 years later down the line, and they decide to make a sequel, it's like, well, you know, why? So with that being said, Psycho was made in 1960. Psycho 2 was made in 1983, 23 years. That's a big gap to do a sequel. And not only that, but to make the sequel good. So the things I really liked about it, obviously the cast, I thought the acting was very good. They had returning characters, which was really cool. The sheriff, now in Psycho 2, is the sheriff. Back then, he was the deputy. That when the whole original Psycho killing went down, he was there. It's one of those movies where you think you know what's going on, and then there's a twist, and then there's a twist to a twist, and you really don't know. They don't make movies like this. They don't put the creativity through it anymore. And that's what makes this movie really good. It's the creativity and the plot. Plus the acting's very good too. Kinda wish we got to see more of the hotel. I know that sounds funny and weird, but I mean, the original movie was based around the hotel. This one was more based around the house. What would I rate this out of 5? I would totally give this 4 out of 5 stars. With, you know, the slow burn in the beginning and the weird settings, it seemed like, that's where I kind of lose some of my interest. But all in all, I highly recommend this. So it's time for The Last Dragon. What do I know about this film? Nothing. Believe it or not, I know nothing. I'm hoping it's fun. I'm hoping it's cheese. I'm hoping there's action. I'm hoping there's a lot to it, because I love 80s. I love cheese. I love action. I love it all. So this was made in 1985, right up my alley. Right there alone is already a positive note, because you guys know I'm a sucker for 80s films. Come on, you guys know this by now. I'm obsessed. I love the 80s. I'm obsessed with it. I will give you guys an update halfway through, so I'll see you guys in a little bit.
What you looking for?
I am looking for the master.
Ain't no masters here, dude. Ain't no slaves either.
Is this not his fortune cookie factory?
The master, he doing his wisdom thing.
I seek only wisdom of the master.
Holy crap, I'm halfway through. I did not want to stop it. I didn't want to stop and give you guys an update because I'm having way too much fun with this. So some things that I like, first impressions. Love Leroy Green. His character is awesome. I think he's just like how he's real calm and kind, and he worries about people. He's very respectful, but he's a complete badass at the same time. Very easy character to really like. I also love the villain, Shonuff. Hilarious. So funny. You can't hate him. There's just something about him, like, yeah, he's a villain, so you automatically just don't want to like them, but I can't explain why he's like the coolest villain ever. It's something about, like, he's so cocky. It's fun. It's such a fun 80s movie, and with 80s movies comes great music. I love this. Every song that they've played so far, I'm like a dork. I'm dancing to it. I'm loving every minute of it. So far, the plot is very interesting. I love it. The cast is great. The acting is even better. The music's fantastic. I can't wait to see how this ends. So then I will see you guys after it ends. I just want to jump right back into it.
A few moments later.
Holy crap. I just finished The Last Dragon. That's all I have to say. First off, let me just go back to the characters. I think Leroy is one of the coolest characters ever. He's very respectful. I know I said this before. I'm repeating myself, but just bear with me. He's respectful. He's a complete badass. He's a gentleman. I love him as a character. I think you can't hate him. Shonuff as a villain. Fantastic. He's funny. He's quirky. But yet he's a villain he's very intimidating. Like, you can see it. And the way he screams Leroy and his expressions on his face. And, like, you could tell it's locked. Like, he's it. He's the man. He's everything. And I love that about him. Also, something I fell in love with in the second half is the whole costumes. I love the get-ups, especially Shonuff. I love what he wears, it's just weird, looking armor, but his whole stomach. It looks like shoulder pads, like football shoulder pads, and his stomach's exposed. It's funny. And am I crazy here in saying this? But does Leroy, or did they take from Kill Bill the bride, the all yellow with the stripes up it? Did they take that from Leroy? Because I'm going to throw a picture up and show you what I'm talking about if you don't know. But yes, Leroy wears this, and then the bride wears this. So I call me crazy, but was Kill Bill influenced by The Last Dragon is what I want to know, because it's perfect. But the thing I like most about this movie is the plot. Yes, there's a ton of action. Yes, there is a ton of badass moments. But the whole damsel in distress, the way that they play that out, I love it. The whole love story aspect of it, it's kind of, there is a love story there. I mean, it's not like your typical mushy love story, but it's there, and it makes it good and fun. I love this movie. The end fight scene, I was literally sitting at the end of the couch. So Leroy, I'm sorry I waited so long to watch this movie. Shout out to Leroy Green 85 and Blu-ray Outlaw. Go check out their channels. Thank you both for suggesting 2 fantastic movies. So I talked about a third movie that I wanted to watch today, and I didn't know how to pick one. I have so many movies that I need to watch, revisit, blah, blah, blah. So I decided to ask you guys on Twitter. So I put a poll up and asked, should I watch Jurassic World, Death Proof, or The People Under the Stairs? And you guys voted, and I'm looking as we speak. Looks like 50% of you voted for Jurassic World out of 16 votes. So thank you so much, everyone, for voting. This is fun. I like doing these. If you guys like these polls that I do, let me know. Also, 31% with People Under the Stairs, and Death Proof at a measly 19%. Wow. Shocked there. So, Jurassic World it is. Look, once again, I didn't even open it because, I'm great at opening Blu-rays. Have I seen this? Yes, I rented it. When it first came out on Blu-ray, I rented it. I really didn't like it. There was just a lot that was wrong with it. But I knew I wanted to buy it. It was $10 on Black Friday. I wanted to revisit this. I need to revisit this, I said. I will see you when this is halfway through.
Hold your fire, do not fire. Put 12 amps in these animals, they're never gonna trust me again. Blue, stand down. Stand down.
Okay, we're about halfway through, and honestly, I'm still not really impressed with this movie at all. Things that I like about it. Chris Pratt is a complete badass. I think anything I've ever seen him in, I'm impressed with. He's a great actor. I love his character in this movie. He's like that. He's the guy that's like, hey, you guys are done messing up here. Listen to me. I like that. Some of the things that I've heard people complain about, like the kids being annoying, the acting kind of being off other than Chris Pratt. Yeah, in some cases, but it doesn't really bother me. I can overlook that with a good storyline. And I think they have the right idea with this movie. I really do. But I think it's just so cliche. And I love cheese, but there's good cheese and there's bad cheese. This is bad cheese. In a sense where how the Indominus Rex is smarter than people. Like that whole, I don't want to give spoilers away, but it being smarter and how it can just adapt better. I don't know. It's just cheesy. And frankly, I really don't like the look of the Indominus Rex. Making a white dinosaur with a mohawk type looking thing. Here, I'll show a picture like those spikes on the back. I don't know. I just really don't like the look of her. It's weird to me. But other than that, it's just not... I kind of see myself like rolling my eyes a lot at it. It's not catching me like I thought it would the second time. But the cons are outweighing the pros in this movie. I'll have to wait till the end because I remember the end, but I really don't. But yeah, so I will give you my final thoughts at the end of this. See you then.
A few moments later.
Okay, the movie's over. Good news, the second half was much, much better. The scene where the flying dinosaurs, because I don't want to just say like pterodactyls, because there's like, or whatever they're called, there's hundreds of them, there's different ones. When that scene is when they're flying over and they're picking people up. It's in the trailer. That's not a spoiler. But when you see them picking them up, that right then and there started to really pique my interest and I started to really like it. That should have been needed the whole time. I felt like the first half of this movie had bad writing. It was a giant cliche. I didn't like how the problem at hand happened. Yeah, I mean, for the most part, the acting was decent. There was a lot of references to Jurassic Park, which I really liked. That was fun, like, hey, it's gone, but we haven't forgotten it kind of thing, which I really liked that. I enjoyed that. Overall, I'm glad I watched it a second time. I would still give this probably a 3 out of 5. Like I said, the whole first half, I was bored with it. But the second half, I loved. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this mini movie marathon. If you want to see more, let me know. Comment below, give me a like. I have a lot of movies that I want to check out, and I will continue to post them on Twitter as long as you guys keep voting and being interactive with me. I love it. That's the best part of these mini movie marathons because I feel like not only am I catching up with things I want to watch, but I'm catering to you guys. So it's fun that way. If you're new to my channel and you want to see more, please subscribe. I always like to talk to new people, and as always, take care and happy watching.